Welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, and welcome. Anything of any importance you'll find in the description box, all important links, other YouTube links, how to enter into winning a free reading, any specials that are going on, all that good stuff you'll find in the description box. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, all you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the day in your comment bar. The word today, which comes from my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer Oracle deck. This deck comes with a downloadable workbook and also a tangible workbook. And it has over 100 different shadow healing exercises in it. It helps you deepen your meditation and reflection practices. It's really a multi purposeful healing tool. All right. Now, if you're new to my channel, you need to know also that I like to look a little bit deeper into my readings. I don't like to just look at the surface. I like to look at the spiritual wounds. I like to look and see what the blocks are, how they are playing out karmically within your situation. That gives you an opportunity to heal and shapeshift your experience so you can quantum jump into the reality that you want to experience. Since you are your alchemist, you are your own healer. Intuition is the word that you are going to write in your comment bar. Now, Virgo, I feel like Virgos are very intuitive. I'm a Virgo. But I'm feeling like this intuition that I'm feeling is more towards the person that you're connected to. I feel like you're connected to somebody that is trying to intuitively figure out what you're doing. And so I feel like they're spying on you through your social media. I feel like they're talking to other people. And I also feel like they normally can feel you very close, like soulmate, twin flames, past life karmic mates, any type of soul family can feel that. Any person that actually that you have an emotional connection to that thinks about you, you can feel them. It's like we all have claircognizance. It's a spiritual language, and we all have spirit inside of us. So that knowing that, oh, I knew I was going to run into Mary today. I was just thinking of her, and then you run into Mary. Or I was just thinking about Margaret and Margaret calls. I mean, these are, again, signs. I feel like soulmate, twin flames, they have a lot of those signs and synchronicities. Soul relationships have a lot of those. And so what happens is that people tend to, when they feel that it's a soul relationship, there's a sense that they, again, want to navigate the relationship intuitively, not so much logically. It's what feels right. And so your person, I'm feeling is that's not normally their language, the intuition, it's yours. However, they feel intuitively that you're going to leave them behind. There's a sense that things are changing and they are terrified because I feel like that they're not going through a good time in their life. I feel like there's a lot of changes within their life. So there's a lot of uncertainty. But they also feel like your life is about to change. It's maybe certain things are happening within your career. They just feel it. And so, again, intuitively, you two normally have this connection, Virgo, but they're not feeling you so close behind. They feel you leaving them behind. So we're going to see now why I pulled that in energy, like what the cards have to tell us about what I just said. And we want to see why you would attract a person like this in your life. What kind of relationship is it? Is it a karmic mate? Is it a soulmate? Is it a twin flame relationship? And yes, it does matter. And I'll explain in the reading. We want to know like, what is the purpose of the type of relationship? That's pretty much why. But then there's also, we want to look at any spiritual blocks, shadows, and see how they play out and what this person is going to do. But more or less, what is the energy if you choose to be with this person that you would need to bring in? Because all soul relationships are karmic, which means learned. We associate karma with bad because most of the time those karmic lessons bring us emotional pain. They bring us psychological pain. So we don't like karma because we don't want to be in a place where we don't feel strong within ourselves. We don't want to see certain things that manifest because that we don't like because of our own hand, obviously. So let's take a peek and see what's going on within your situation. I don't know why I picked up this deck first, but since I did, I'm going to roll with it. The chemistry between us is off the charts. So even if you haven't been with this person, this is a soul relationship. Why does Spirit bring people into our life? To teach us, to heal us. If this person feels this unconditional love, this passion for you, then understand it doesn't mean that it's a soulmate twin flame. However, it's to remember that the passion that is created with a soulmate twin flame helps transmute the spiritual wounds. And what I said is, you are in a spiritual connection with somebody that I kept saying twin flame, but I meant to keep saying like soul, a soul relationship, but I feel like this is a twin flame relationship. And the chemistry is one element. Childhood wound is influencing my actions. So it's again, you got a karmic mate, again, and not a twin flame. So intuition, this person does have a soul connection to you, and that's because they recognize you from a past life. So there are spiritual wounds that have not been worked out in a past life with this person. And so what makes us stick around really is chemistry. It's passion. And so the passion has the opportunity to transmute those wounds, but not if the person's not coming from the right place. Please don't give up on me. See, this person is like, twin flame journey. Okay. I needed to see because I'm like, please don't give up on me. It's like there's a sense that they keep saying, I'm gonna get out of my situation. I'm gonna get out of my situation. I am coming to you. But I feel like every time they make plans, something gets in the way. And so they never put you first. They never make you the obligation. But being that this person intuitively feels you leaving them behind, they know that time's running out. And they also feel like, again, this is a, I felt like it's a karmic, past life karmic mate, but now that it's saying twin flame journey, it's like it means that this person, once they leave their situation and they're coming to you, that they're being open and they're open to the healing that they need to do, healing that they would need to do, we're gonna see. Because that's really what a soulmate twin flame is. When it's positive in those attributes, those relationships make us step into the best version of ourselves. It's not that they're our other half, it's that they they have gifts that we don't have, and vice versa, and that they're able to hold space for us and guide us where we are weak. It's that, so that is why they're considered your other half. They may be blocked in all areas of the female aspect of self, which are intuitive, they're using their sensitivity to be able to feel, being emotionally intelligent, which is hugely important. They may be somebody that's very analytical, somebody that's very like structured and organized, and somebody that again is a business person, very mathematical mind. That's where they feel safe. So what we see here is a paradox of energy. And a paradox of energy is two opposites. So again, when they say love, like opposites attract, it's spirit brings people into our life that hold the different attributes that we don't have. It's so again, the universe does this in a way where we become so passionate. We have this deep intuitive bond. We can feel that person. We can feel that person when they're mad. We can feel that person when they're happy. We can feel it when they're right next to us, and we can definitely feel when they're not around us. And so, like I said, that's what's really influencing your person right now. And I believe it's creating a lot of different emotions, and they're not very emotionally intelligent. I see you working to create change, and I'm proud of what you are accomplishing. I want to work on a mission with you. See, this person, like I said, their language is business. Their language is structure. Their language is money. They're the type of person that probably will never express that they love you, but they will wash your car. They'll cook you a meal. They'll do an action. They'll buy you a gift, but they have a very hard time expressing. And so, like I said, I believe that you're somebody that is intuitive, that those are stronger. Things that you have, what communication, being emotionally intelligent, being secure in that area of your life. I'm praying you'll come back after everything that's happened between us. I worry that you won't forgive me and allow me another chance. So, like I said, like there's a sense, like I said, you might not even like them. And the reason why is because when we first meet our soulmate twin flame, we tend to think that they're perfect. We think that they are our other half. We kind of have an unrealistic expectation because it's all the passion and with no ground. There's no structure. It stays, if these relationships are, our soul, past life connection. You knew this person from 10 lives ago, and they're coming back into this life. And maybe you knew them in a last life, but maybe you haven't incarnated for like at least 10 lifetimes worth. And this person comes into your life and they recognize who you are. There's this undeniable bond. There's all this passion, but it's all there's like a fantasy element to it, and that's where it's difficult for your person because they don't really think that way, and they're not emotionally intelligent. If anything, it creates a lot of overstimulation. They're afraid that they're gonna lose themselves. They don't have good relationships because they're not emotionally intelligent. So imagine how much power someone like you has. So like I said, this person didn't act in a good way in the beginning of this relationship, but it wasn't because of anything except for I believe that it terrified them. I'm beginning to focus on my mission, and our connection is part of that. They again that twin flame soulmate um connection, and that's really all over this. And I kept saying it even in the beginning of the reading, and I really didn't want to say it because I didn't want to direct it in that way, but I kept feeling like that's what it was going to be like. And I've been pulling a lot of that. So here we have a twin flame journey, and you're also seeing I'm beginning to focus on a mission. So what does twin flame soulmates do? They do things they do things to create change. They birth something, whether it's a baby or whether it's a project, it's something. And so that's again, when we say it says, I see you working to make change, this is the same thing. So they're like, I do service things. I like to help people. I'm always interactive, but I may you know, be a plumber. I may be an electrician. I may fix cars. And that's not, I really don't connect to people. I do try and do other things to be a part of my community, but it doesn't open up anything. It never leads to anything. It's just, I do that fundraiser, I give my money there and I sit there and I may eat a dinner, but I never make friends. I never make a connection. It's just, it's bland, like there's something missing, like people don't like me. This is what your person feels when they see that that's not how it is for you. And so, like I said, they can see that you're actually also out in your community and you're really making changes and you really know how to connect with people. And on an intuitive level, your person, I feel like, looks at your business from afar and says, that should be a little bit different. That could be different. Like, yeah, this person has talent, they have ideas, they make their business run, but they would be twice as rich, they would be twice as better if they did things the way that I do them when it comes to business. So we can see that they can actually see I'm supposed to do something with you. I'm supposed to, you're part of my destiny. You're part of that. And I have this uncontrollable passion for you. And it's because it's a twin flame journey. So I feel like they're trying to prepare their life right now, but they're in this realization of who you are, where they didn't know who you were before. They just knew, oh my God, this is a real like intense like connection that I have with this person. And it's scary. I don't really like that because it's like, I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. It's like I said, I don't normally have strong connections. I can normally walk away. This is how what this person thinks. And they're like, and I'm not able to walk away. I'm not able to like do anything. So when we see childhood wounds are at play, we're going to look at the inner child wounds because but again, the inner child wounds, I feel have something to do with intimacy. I, again, for your person, because right, that's what it says. It's like childhood wounds are affecting it. So when you meet your soulmate twin flame, by the way, you're meeting them because you have wounds that need to be transmuted in order for you to transmute those wounds. A lot of times you need help because those wounds are old. They're old from childhood. So you're meeting this person like in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Understand that's a long time to have conditioned yourself. You actually think that those wounds are a reality when they're not. The only thing that's going to transmute those wounds is passion and the passion that you have for this person. Now, does that mean, oh, the love? No, this person's going to trigger the shit out of you. I'm not going to lie. They're going to trigger the shit out of you because they don't think the way that you think. They don't do things the way that you do. You have this much passion. Otherwise, you'd walk away. You'd be like, I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm not dealing with it. It's hard. It's hard. It's triggering. It's like there's always a sense that I'm imbalanced and really spirit saying because you have those wounds within inside of you. And they also have those wounds inside of them. May not be the same wounds, but they have wounds. And those wounds make you both imbalanced. So, and it's because, again, you learn to live that way due to childhood wounds. So, in order to transmute those wounds, I have to bring this twin flame soulmate into your life. And you're not just going to be in your life, you're going to do something together. You're going to birth something together. Why? Because then the focus isn't on your relationship, what the person did, what the person said. They should have did this, they should have did that. Oh, this person triggers me. No, it's on learning compassion, learning forgiveness, learning like the things that you were supposed to learn from living in a home that gave you love and support. I believe that both you and your person did not grow up that way. And that's why Spirit's saying, no, both come to a place within your evolution to heal, but this person again, it's required to like for them to surrender their ego. And I've been getting that a lot lately, that we've come to a place within time that people are evolving, and they're evolving into a higher state of consciousness in order to like to create their own heaven on earth, because they don't want to rely on what society tells them. Like society says you need to live this way. So again, a lot of times what we say, we eventually come to a place where we're not happy within our life, and we say, well, I don't really want to live this way, but I don't really know how to fix it. So if we show some sort of initiative where we're trying, then the universe will always conspire to bring us what we need. And so then that's when your soulmate, your twin flame comes into your life. And because you are ready, they come into your life at divine timing because of this. And that's really what I feel like is going on. I want to see want to look at some wounds, and I want to look and see what do I want to look at? I want to look and see like maybe what else they're going to do. Because like I said, what I know right now, they're in a place of healing. They're in a place of healing. I feel you again. So that telepathic bond, like I kept saying, and that's that soulmate, that twin flame, that's that ESP connection. So even though you're apart, they're for sure you are there when our story isn't over. So we don't know when they're coming back, but what we do know is that when they come back, they'll be ready to like do something and create something with you. So we can say, what are their spiritual blocks why did you attract this person? What are they supposed to teach you? What are they going to help you integrate with? Because we can say that some people are not going to be with their soulmate twin flame, but it's essentially like almost impossible. 99.9999999.99999% of people wind up being with their soulmate twin flame, because what you learn is that you can't control love, that you have this unconditional love for this person, and that even though they do a lot of shit, even though that they don't handle things the way that you prefer them to handle them, and they trigger you, you still have this unconditional love, that it's still there. So you have to learn forgiveness. You have to learn how to work those things out on some level, that you did not grow up in an environment that taught you those skills, and either did your person. So, and that could be where you're like a giver, you might be a social butterfly, but there's still like wounds that you have that need to be integrated. Confusion. And I believe again, like you were brought up in an environment that it was confusing because your parents didn't get along. And it's like, but you were told that that was love. And what you saw was that love is painful. And so it's confusing also, because then you attract people that have the same energy, I feel, as one of your parents. And that parent wasn't able to show you love in a way that you needed them to. That there was a way that they didn't really show up. And that was confusing, because you have unconditional love for a parent. Parents supposed to have unconditional love for you. So there's a sense that a child always perceives that the parent's always going to know what to do. But your parents, I feel like, had their own wounds that they needed to heal. So they couldn't 100% be there for you. And because their relationship wasn't good, you were taught that relationships were hard. And so this is a hard relationship, but what you're learning is that you can love somebody and find your balance in a relationship, even if they're 100% different. Yeah, it's again because it doesn't matter. You're still gonna love them anyway. And but it's more or less the behaviorisms that come from being confused. That's really what it is. And that's again healing the trauma. That's why you're pulling this person into your life. That's why they're pulling you into their life. They also grew up in an environment where it was traumatic. It was confusing. It's like this is what love is. Like these people don't even seem that they love me. And it's like if parents are not in a happy relationship, then they can't really show you love. But what you'll learn from this relationship is that it doesn't matter that you're in this relationship, this twin flame soulmate relationship to transmute your wounds. And it's not about the differences. It's about the unconditional love you have for this person and that you're learning how to love yourself unconditionally. That this person's going to help you to to integrate your wounds through the act of birthing something. You are going to help them heal their wounds through birthing something. And that unconditional love grows because there's trust, there's intimacy, you're going to learn how to communicate. You're going to learn these are not easy things to do when you grow up in an environment that it wasn't taught because you've inherited that karma from your family. It's like if you watched your mother or father suffer, then you've inherited that trauma because it impacts. As children, we had no control over what would happen, but we were quite aware whether or not we would create more of a burden or whether we can make our life easy. So being invisible could have been one of your like healing mechanism to not ask for anything, to not. And what happened here is this person wasn't really doing anything because they were not really in that frame of mind when you met them, and you didn't do that. So right then and there, you broke a karmic block. However, to fully integrate that block, just because you're saying, no, I don't want to live that way. I know what I deserve. I deserve more. I don't want to be in a codependent relationship. This is where I want to be. Well, now, spirit says, okay, and you're what your person is. And your person saying, I don't want to be in this connection. I want to be out of this connection. I want to be in a healthy connection. I feel like it's being in a healthy connection with you, Virgo. And spirit says, okay, well, you got to do what that needs to do, and the person's going to do it. They want to do it, but then how are you going to transmute those wounds? They're still you, and they're still them, and you still have your wounds. They still have their wounds, and it's through the act of creating. And like you said, because then you see that unconditional love is really unconditional. It's without expectation, that it just is, that it's given freely. And that's what unconditional love is. And unfortunately, a lot of trauma happens when we grow up in a family where unconditional love was not given freely. So there's a sense of not trusting because we then overgive unconsciously and then get victimized and get hurt. So love has always been confusing. So you'll have this opportunity to transmute these wounds with your person and really be able to not birth something, but actually see yourself differently, be able to see yourself as capable. And really, how do you manifest things in life? It's the thoughts that you think and the emotions that you have. So subconsciously, we're not really aware of the energy that we hold on to. But if there's no action, where again that energy stays stagnant, and like you said, we don't realize why we can't create anything different. We just stay stuck in a karmic cycle, in a karmic loop, which is like this is the same exact scenario, just with different people. It's again that cements that core belief of how I feel about myself, And so the only thing that heals it is that when we really truly say, no, I don't want to live like this anymore. And I feel like that's what you said. So Spirit says, okay, well then, I'm going to bring you people, a person in this instant, and other situations that are going to help you change your mind and your heart about how you perceive yourself, how you perceive even those traumatic situations so that you can transcend them. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. Now you let me know whether you resonated with this healing video, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.